Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. And before we get started on today's video, I'm throwing it out to you guys. If you got something that you think's worth shooting here, please hit us up on Instagram and let us know, man. We're always looking for cool cars to shoot. But today what we're getting into is possibly one of the least attractive BMWs ever made. So why are we shooting this? Well, my friend Gary definitely made it look better than just a stock M Coupe. But this little car is putting out somewhere in the range of about 800 horsepower at the wheels. That's right. This little M Coupe is making roughly 1,000 horsepower at the crank. Are we gonna potentially get after it today? Yes. My friend Gary's a little nuts. He might throw down some donuts. He might throw down some burnouts. We'll see. One thing's for sure, we're gonna talk you guys through a bunch of details because he's done some serious building on this car. So we're gonna do our usual. I'll get you guys some details. We're definitely going for a drive, so hold on, because here we go, man. All right, you guys, here we go for a ride in my buddy Gary's crazy ass M Coupe. This is my friend Ghery with a company called Garage 54. So I know there's a lot to talk about on your car. So let's start. Here's what I know is it's a 2000 M Coupe that's seriously built. So did you buy the car bone stock?
I bought it about 7 years ago, bone stock. Needed some.
And this car, what's this car bone stock horsepower wise?
2000s had 240 horsepower, about 210, 220 torque.
So original motor gone.
Yeah, I shipped out a motor from UK, an S50 B32. Blew up on me 8 months in. I decided to put an S54 from an E46 M3.
Okay.
Build it, supercharge it. Initially it was making about 600 wheel with lower compression. I rebuilt it with 12-to-1 compression with more boost. So now at this level it's making about 800 wheel.
Wow, dude. That's massive in this little car.
Yeah.
Do you, are you making that on pump gas?
It runs on E85.
Got it,
No,
okay.
no pump gas at all. E85 with some ethanol.
Oh, God.
I had custom headers made for the supercharger.
Okay.
So they're about 2-inch runners. All the way down 2 small resonators to 2 mufflers.
Got it. And all custom.
All custom TIG welded. It's got Eisenman mufflers in the back, and everything else is TIG welded, custom stainless.
Got it. Okay. Now it's not the stock transmission, is it?
It's the 6-speed out of an E46 M3. It's got a triple disc carbon ceramic clutch from RPS. It's got a body mounted shifter. The rest of the transmission stock, they take a lot of power.
I guess. I would have never guessed that thing could handle that kind of power.
It's the same 6-speed from the Supra Turbo, the E39, E34 M5, E46 M3. They're known to take some power.
Pretty beefy transmission. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
So they have issues with the differential mount in the back. I ripped the floor apart on the rear 3 times now, even reinforced. So what we did is behind the driver's seat all the way to the back of the car, we cut the whole car out and tube framed it. So it's all square tube frames down to the differential mount. And then
that matches up to the original front half?
Yeah, it's all welded onto the frame in the back.
Got it, okay.
So yeah, it's pretty bulletproof now, chassis wise. It's a 3.62 differential with 4 clutches in there. Yeah, it's just everything. I've broken everything 10 times.
Right.
I went in some parts you go crazy on, and it's you end up breaking them easier depending on how you're driving the car. So I've done like a hybrid of stockish parts and aftermarket parts, race parts, all of it. It all works really well together. Yeah. The car drives pretty close to stock if you're not on it. Yeah. It's just a little noisy. That's all.
How about your suspension on here?
Suspension's a setup from TC Klein. TC Klein doesn't make a lot of suspension. He's an old retired guy who makes the best suspensions for these cars. He raced them when they were new. He made his own custom M Coupes. He knows the suspension better than anybody else. So his shit is the best for this car, period.
Okay.
It's his double adjustable setup. Brakes, I purchased AP Racing calipers off of it was an Audi touring car, like a real race car. Right. I didn't want off the shelf brakes. Like everything on this car is special. Yeah. So I bought brakes off of a race car. I had somebody make me the brackets. I used Corvette C6 Z06 front rotors. Oh, wow. I used V12 7 Series rear rotors. Wow. I mixed and matched my own kit. It works amazing.
And what are the wheels on the car?
They're Volk Racing T37 SLs.
Yeah.
They're 18 by 9.5 in the front, 18 by 10.5 in the rear. My street tires are Firestone Indy 500s. They're 245 and 275.
Okay.
They don't come any wider, so the rear. Plus, it lets me play around a little bit.
Yeah.
A bolt-in half rear bar.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. The chassis is already crazy stiff, and I hate. Like it is my daily. I hate. I'm not gonna do a full bar. You know?
Right.
It needs to be comfortable. Like
Right.
I sit an hour and a half of traffic every morning. Like
You don't need.
Yeah,
to
I don't wanna hate my life. It's got
Right.
a crazy stereo on there. It's all comfortable. The
Right.
Recaro pole positions were the most comfortable seats I found.
That's what these are, is the Recaro pole positions.
Yeah, they're the leather ones, the leather suede ones from Recaro.
Okay. These are really comfortable seats, dude.
Yeah.
But like, I guarantee you don't move a lot. You got a lot
No.
of bolstering here.
They're great on track, and I've done 1,500 straight miles, no issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, these are
I
super
love these
comfortable.
seats.
As soon as I sat down, I was, because you know, how many times do you get in a race bucket and you go, okay, this is going to be bitching if we're hammering, but it's going to suck if we're just cruising, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Now, these are super comfortable.
That's cool. My dog chills in the front too all the time. She's comfortable. Everybody's comfortable.
Yeah, I see her slobber all over your windows. Now, these belts, these aren't stock in here.
No, so when the M4 competition package came out, I thought this was the coolest thing, you know?
I love these, dude.
So right away I bought the belts, cut them out, had them installed in my seatbelt.
I love these. These look killer, man.
Yeah, and it's low key. Nothing on the car. Everything's subtle. The car's built really crazy, but everything's subtle. Everything's like nothing says look at me. Nothing.
Not at all.
Nothing's wild.
Including the sound of the car. When you fired it, I gotta admit, dude, knowing that this car, I knew it was 700 or 800 horsepower or something like that at the wheel. So I was expecting, you know, dude, I was expecting it to be loud, and it's actually really kind of mild for what it is.
When you get on it, it gets loud, but
I'm sure.
cruising around, it's a good mix of everything.
Yeah. You know, dude, you started out, what's this car you said, 2 what horsepower?
Originally has 240 horsepower at the crank.
So if you bumped it to 300 or 400, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But to you know, quadruple almost the horsepower, I mean, holy shit, wow. Wow, dude, this thing pulls so hard.
It shoots 6-foot flames too.
Does it really? Wow. How much, what is the boost right now out of your supercharger?
It should be hitting just under 21 pounds. So the engine's kind of crazy. I've built it twice now. First time I lowered the compression to about 10-1.
Right.
You know, forged everything, all that. And, you know, that's just like a build a lot of people do. So I went, you know, I listened to other people, I built it, it was all right, it worked, but I wanted better. So I know this motor really well. I figured out like what I wanted to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I actually rebuilt it. I ended up sleeving the block. I had to drop down piston size, so it's about a 3.1 now instead of a 3.2.
Okay.
So I made the cylinder wall stronger. So we built that. We raised the compression to 12-1, which is crazy with that much boost.
Yeah.
So compression's 12-1, 3.1 liter. Everything's forged. CP pistons, Potter rods. You know, all custom coated bearings. Everything you can do to the motor is done.
Yeah. And do you do all that in-house, dude?
I've done everything on the car myself, minus the paint and the fabrication, the welding. A good friend of mine, Chris at Castro's, helps me out with.
Got it. Okay. Wow, man. I didn't know I mean, I knew you guys go deep. I didn't know you go that deep, actually.
Our shop is a passion thing. We're not there because we're trying to make money. We're there because we love this shit.
Yeah.
And this is all passion. This is all what we love.
Yeah, yeah.
If you feel like you're working, it's not the right job for you. You know, it's like it's true. As much as I don't like the cliche terms, I don't feel like I'm working every day. I go hang out, I get shit done.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've been over to your shop, and it's always a pretty casual environment, even though you guys are all working away.
It's chill.
Yeah. In here, like, are these gauges? Is that stock gauges?
No. So I have.
So you got all add-on.
Yeah,
gauges
the stack makes the most accurate gauges. So I have the stack boost gauge and the oil temp, and then because I run the 85. Innovate makes a really cool gauge which gives you your air-fuel ratio, your ethanol content, fuel pressure, fuel temperature, all that stuff in one gauge.
But the whole time you're pulling, it's spinning the tires a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, so it does make about 650 pounds of torque, but it's all at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM.
Right.
Know? So you accelerate a little bit, and then it starts to spin tires higher RPM.
Right. Wow, this thing's really bonkers, dude. I'm curious, why an M Coupe?
You know what? Even before I was in the cars, I remember being in the back of my dad's car in 2000, seeing one drive by, right where my shop is now, basically. I was like, what is that, you know? As a kid, I didn't give a shit about cars, but I fell in love with this car.
Interesting.
It was different, it was weird, it was cool.
It totally is weird, and it's very different.
That's what makes it so awesome.
Yeah.
It has an amazing story. If you know, the car shouldn't have existed. The BMW engineers wanted to make a fun car for themselves, and they did whatever they had to make it happen. They lied to BMW. BMW had no idea they were losing money on everyone.
Really?
So it's just a really cool story if you ever look into it. It's awesome. It has developed a huge cult following, though.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the cars are $45,000 new, but an S54 with low mileage now will go closer to 80.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So.
Wow. All right, you guys. Well, what do you think of my friend Ghery's M Coupe? Pretty badass, right? And I knew he would throw down for us a little at the end. I know Ghery from his shop, Garage 54. I've heard about the way he drives, so I was expecting that at the end. And what a great way to finish up here. Just a blast. But pretty mind-boggling, right? I mean, how much time and energy and passion and money went into this build. You know, this is a car that is making over 800 horsepower at the rear wheels, 3,100 pounds. And Ghery did all the labor himself other than the paint on this car. And he said he's well over $150,000 into parts. So, you know, what you're looking at here in this little M Coupe, when you add in his time, is you're looking at a car that's $200,000+. Just mind-boggling. So, hope you guys had fun today. I had a blast in this episode. As always, thank you so much for hanging and watching and supporting what we're up to here. I truly do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. All right, man. Later.